What's going on, YouTube? Are you ready for some motherfucking explosions? Well, I hope so, because here we are, Mr. Torgue's Campaign of Carnage DLC, and we're going to be looking at some of the new weapons, shields, grenades, and other goodies that came along with it. So, got my commando here. As you can see, I've been busy. Tell you, I work this game's trade system like a fucking stock market. But you guys love seeing new items, so I had to go hunt down everything. Had to do some dirty backhand favors. Had to, give out ZJs, all kinds of shit. But we got them all, and we're gonna show them to you guys. So, first off, the Kitten. This is a Mad Moxxie Assault Rifle. Pretty sexy. And the big thing about the Kitten is if you look at that, the damage on this thing is ridiculous. 7828 by 3. And just to put that in perspective, let me sort these up real quick. Alright, compared to the Varuk, every single stat is better. Compared to the Kerblaster, alright, damage is a little bit lower, but, I mean, fucking almost double the magazine size, better reload speed, better fire rate, better accuracy. Boss Hammer Buster, I mean, better damage, but pinch less accuracy, fire rate, reload speed, whatever. I mean, Hammer Buster is supposed to be all about the damage, or I'm beating that out. So you're probably thinking, how is this gun not legendary? Well, unfortunately, the spread sucks balls. And it's not just that it sucks balls, but if we look right here, it's actually because the spread makes a smiley face. Isn't that cute? But I think that's Moxxie's way of telling us she wants to go out on a date. But anyway, even though it's got a disgusting spread, wouldn't recommend it for use against your average bandit, but against something like, say, Terramorphous or another giant fucking boss like the Badassasaurus Rex, I think this thing is going to be a fucking boss killer. And especially when you consider the patch changes to the B. And if you don't know what the changes are yet, just Google like PC Borderlands 2 patch and you'll find some shit that's changing with B and Amplify shields. But that being said, this thing is definitely going to be a contender because, I mean, my other main, my damage sources, I usually use the Slaga. And you can see right here, we basically have, more than double the damage of the Slaga. So, Kitten is definitely going to be in the running for most overpowered rifle. At least at blank range. Far away, it sucks, but whatever. Regardless, it's good. On from there, we have the Boom Puppy. As you guessed it, it's a Tiny Tina gun. You can see the retarded looking rabbit on there, the busted up face, but Boom Puppy's, it's interesting. I mean, I compare it to the Kerblaster. I mean, the stats are relatively the same. Obviously, the Kerblaster's running 10,000 more damage, but the nasty Boom Puppy consumes one less ammo. And the way the Boom Puppy works is it basically is going to fire out a series of grenades. As you can see, these things move rather quickly, but we get 2 ground bounces on the ground and then 1 up in the air, so you can imagine, if there's a bunch of bandits or, whatever's attacking you, you just start bouncing these things around. Probably clear out a room pretty fast. But on from the Boom Puppy, we have the Cobra. It's another Tiny Tina weapon. You see the derpy-looking bunny rabbit on there. And the Cobra, at first glance, doesn't look like it's all that amazing, but the main benefit of this is it's a sniper rifle with explosions. So, keeping canon with the Torgue theme of explosions, we now have an explosive sniper rifle. I mean, I've tried it. Not that amazing, but whatever. If you like explosions and you got a hard-on for sniper rifles, this thing was made for you. Moving down from that, we have the Pocket Rocket. Did you ever have that feeling? And this one I'm actually surprised, because even when you look at the skin, I mean, this thing is a Torgue gun in all regards, but the fact that it's called Pocket Rocket, I mean, I don't know. I would have thought it would have been like a Mad Moxxie weapon, because I just feel like that kind of fits in with the theme, but explosive pistol, obviously the damage on it is pretty respectable. I mean, as you can see, it's not quite as high as the Maggie, but I have seen these Pocket Rockets spawning with ×2 modifiers on them, so you can imagine you're putting out 40,000 damage. It's going to be pretty brutal. But aside from that, basically we just shoot out explosive rounds. Pretty good pistol. I mean, plus you got the... Oh, look at that. I am consuming 2 ammo per shot. Well, ugh, that sucks. Well, and I guess if it's going to do it ×2, it's probably going to consume 4 ammo per shot, but whatever. Either way, I mean, still a pretty decent pistol. Moving on down from there, we have one more weapon, the Slowhand, and this is the another Mad Moxxie gun. And honestly, I'm not that big a fan of this one. I mean, I got this one. This is one of the weapons I actually managed to get to drop. I ended up having it come off of the second time around that I was killing Badassasaurus it dropped, and I mean, the damage is pretty respectable. I mean, you think shotgun, almost 60,000 damage. Okay, that sounds legit. But as the flavor text, take your time, would suggest, this thing has a sway that's just like, oh, look at it. Just like all over the place. And I feel like it gets worse the longer I hold it. But the shots are fairly accurate. I mean, you can see, like, if I'm going to hit this car, if I can, like, for a shotgun, that is really accurate. Obviously, we're consuming 2 ammo per shot, and it looks like we're actually shooting out 3 globs. Let me see if I can get a better. Yeah, I'd say it's 3. Yeah, look at that. We got 3 little bullet marks, even though it's E-Tech. But, I mean, pretty nice shotgun. I mean, I don't think I have any other shotguns on me at the moment. No, I don't. So, don't have anything I can compare it to, but still, you're getting close to 60,000 damage. I've only seen it in elemental so far, but obviously, you know, almost 50% chance to corrode. And considering it's a Moxxie gun, I wouldn't be surprised if the corrosion heals you, since all of her other weapons that have elemental effects add a healing effect into it. But that's it for the weapons. I'm not going to do separate videos since there was only so many items. But anyway, moving on from the weapons, we have some shields. First up is the Big Boom Blaster, and that'll want to get your tongue all tied up. And yeah, anyway, first glance, you know, it seems like your typical booster shield. You know, nothing too special. But the benefit of it is the boosters that this puppy drops out. They can add, in addition to boosting your shield back up, they will add grenades and rockets to your ammunition. And considering we only have 8 grenades to begin with and 27 rockets, and those don't regenerate when you're a Gunzerker, makes it an excellent shield for classes that like using explosions. So I'm actually thinking about trying out a commando build later, where, you know, I use something like steady to, you know, pump up grenade damage and rocket damage, and then you already have some from do or die. So I think if you want to play with you know, explosives, keeping with the theme of Torgue, you could definitely do some damage with the Big Boom Blaster. On from there, we have the Sponge, which seems like your average absorption shield. I mean, I haven't found if there's like anything in, you know, particular that the absorption effect adds in. It's hard to tell with the absorption ones, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it absorbs grenades or rocket blasts to the face. I'm not sure, but aside from that, it doesn't look all that spectacular. I mean, average recharge rate, average capacity, delay's almost good, I guess, but absorb chance only 26. I mean, it's worse than the, you know, Sham, worse than the Transformer, so I don't know. I mean, there's got to be something special about it. They can't just say it's highly absorbent and then leave it at that, so I'm sure there's something. I just haven't figured it out yet. On from that shield, we have the Hoplite. And the Hoplite is another one that's actually really nice. This is basically, you can compare this one. It's like the twin of the Tortoise. I mean, if you look at it, capacity is slightly lower than the Tortoise, but we have a better recharge rate and a recharge delay. The max health we're losing more, but you know, when you're putting on a pangolin shield, that's kind of something you expect to begin with. Just to give you an idea of it, right now we got the Tortoise on. You can see this is our walk speed. This is our run speed. Slow as balls, like a fat person on one of those little scooter things. If we switch it up to the Hoplite, which has ridiculous capacity and whatnot, just like the Tortoise, we can see our walk speed is relatively slow, but our run speed doesn't seem as slow. And I was actually running around with this one for a bit yesterday, and I feel like you get slower over time, but it's hard to tell. I don't know if, like, if you keep jumping enough that it, like, you know, it takes off the effect because it's called Hoplite. But I mean, right now this doesn't really look like you're, you know, moving all that slow. So in regards to, you know, if you're looking for a new shield, having trouble on a boss, the Hoplite might be an excellent choice for that, given the extremely high capacity and you know, relatively respectable delay and recharge rate. Moving on from the Hoplite, we have the Pun-chee. And this is one of my new personal favorites, because, I mean, I'm not a giant fan of void damage. It's like, you want to go, asshole? Oh, I love the flavor text on this. But anyway, back to the stats. Just looking at it, capacity is respectable at 42, but the recharge rate, 14,600, with the delay under 3 seconds. And that is sick. I mean, just to compare this to some of the other ones, I mean, you look at the Hide of Terramorphous, and I consider that kind of like the standard for shields. You know, it has decent capacity, rate, delay, and then obviously Roid Nova and Spike. And, you know, aside from the Roid damage, we're bitch slapping the Hide of Terramorphous in capacity, rate, and delay. So, yeah, Pun-chee is definitely a new one to try and look out for. I mean, aside from when I'm low on grenades or whatnot, I'm actually planning on running this one on a couple characters, probably my Gunzerker and in addition my Axton, just because with a 2.83 delay and a recharge rate of, you know, almost 15,000, that's some major awesomeness when it comes to a shield. But that is it for the shields. But let's go down to grenades. So first up, we have the O negative. And even though it's listed as a Molly wand because it makes explosions, as you guessed it, it's going to be similar to the Ancient or Transfusion grenades. This one's going to seek out, blow up, heal us up. Pretty sweet. Moving on from that, we have the Crossfire. And the Crossfire, interesting. I mean, compared to the Bouncing Bonnie, it would seem strictly worse. I mean, lower damage, fuse time slightly higher, blast radius is equal. But the main benefit of the Crossfire is whereas the Bouncing Bonnie seems to just do a spread where it throws grenades in all kinds of different directions, the Crossfire actually seems to throw them out with a bit of a pattern to make sure it'll like hit every enemy that's advancing on you. So we're going to definitely be showcasing all this stuff in just a little bit so you can get a better idea of how that one functions. Moving on from the Crossfire, we have the Meteor Shower. And this is another one that, I mean, with the stats on this, I'd consider this probably strictly the best grenade in the game right now. If we compare this to the bonus package, which is, you know, our other grenade that's known for massive amounts of damage, we have the same fuse time, same blast radius, but higher damage and 2 more grenades added in. So if you're looking to just blow shit up, the Meteor Shower is definitely one to look into. And aside from that, there is one other item, the Might of the Seraphs Relic. I mean, if you remember the Zero build, this is something that would be absolutely awesome. 35% melee damage, and on top of that, the cooldown rate. So, you know, if you're playing a Siren and you want to toss out the slag ball, or if you're playing a Gunzerker and you like to punch people in the face, this is definitely one to look into. I mean, great stats on it, great relic to have if you're running a melee build, and you know, especially if you like to abuse the cooldown rate from a particular skill tree. Oh, with that being said, let's jump into this arena and we'll actually showcase some of these goodies for you, show you how effective they are. So, let me keep on Pun-chee for now. Yeah, okay, that works. That's right, let's fight, bitches. Where are these bad guys at? So as you can see from the kitty, I mean, the accuracy on this thing is not made to kill bandits in any regards. Like I said, something that's bigger, it could be more useful, but definitely not killing bandits. See the grenades on this thing certainly seem to work well. What is this? Are these guys fighting each other? Definitely feel like you gotta arc this one a bit. That was like, blah. But no, not bad for clearing out a room full of bandits. When it hits, I mean, you can see we're getting hits for about 30,000. Where'd he go? Let's see if we can get a nice snipe on this guy. Where'd he go? Oh, wow. He just happened to turn right when we're trying to shoot him in the face. There we go. 260k. Not bad for a critical hit, but I'm not a giant fan of the explosive sniper rifle. But we got 2 more that we need to show you guys. Alright. Let's see what the pocket rocket can do against these baddies. Wow. Stop running. There we go. I mean, it's pretty nice. You know, we got a nice fire rate on it. It's like you're shooting out little missiles in a way. Back up. You need to stop shooting shit at me. Let's see what this shotgun can do when we shoot somebody with it. Wow. Apparently that little fence is enough to defend you from an onslaught of corrosion. Yeah? Where you running? Get your face melted. I'll have to find a robot to shoot with this one. Really showcase corrosion. I mean, corrosion's one of those things you have to use it against robots. If you're just trying to melt people with corrosion, it's like meh. You know, not all that amazing. But we're almost out of time, so let's show some grenades. So here's the Meteor Shower. You can see this thing just grenades everywhere. Definitely massive amounts of explosions. I mean, that's a boss killer and a half right there, especially on the big ones. Put on the sponge for now, see if we can find a secondary effect, and let's pull out the Crossfire so you can get an idea of this. So we'll give this Torgue Architect it. As you can see, it's tossing out the grenades to the left and the right, creating basically a crossfire effect. So, you know, you hit that one guy and everything that's chasing after you is just going to keep getting hit by it. So, pretty nice in that regard. Plus, I mean, hey, if it's shooting out slag, there's no downside of that. I love having everything on the field slagged. What other grenade do we need to show you? Meteor shower. Oh, the O negative. Alright, we'll showcase the O negative real quick before we wrap these baddies up. Oh, explosion. And a bunch of health coming back. Obviously, we don't need the health right now, but there's no refs. Enjoy these grenades, bitches. Alright, well, since we're still alive, we're going to wrap this up real fast. No sense in, you know, ending off a video right here. Might as well finish wrecking everything's face real quick. But let's, we'll keep the sponge on for now, see if we can find a nice secondary effect off of it. And in the meantime, let's put on our... such funny lines. But we'll clean things up with a little commando action. And the more I've actually been using the hammer buster a lot lately with the combined with the turret. Provides for quite a brutal little combo because, you know, turret's slagging people up. I get a couple headshots and it's all gravy from there. Who the hell's shooting me? No way! Something got me down. Unbelievable. Well, now that you're all slagged up. Oh, damn. Is this guy actually going to kill me? Better find something else to shoot. Oh. Oh, shit. No! We actually died. Oh. It's depressing. Now we got a fat guy stomping on us. It's so depressing. Can't believe we died, guys. It's so disappointing, isn't it? As you can see, here's my pile of legendaries, so I didn't have to scroll through everything while I was showcasing stuff. But anyway, we'll end it off right there. No sense in going back in there and just showing you useless commando action. But like I said, obviously there's some good choices. Definitely keep your eyes out to try and get a kitten. Definitely have a feeling it's going to be a boss killer. And then if you can manage to get a Pun-chee, like I said, another great one. And then of course, you know, Meteor shower. So those three are my definite picks from the DLC. Besides these items, in addition, there are new heads for each of the classes, so keep your eyes out for those. But that's all there is to it, so thanks for watching. Have fun exploding people in the campaign of Carnage, and we'll catch you guys next time.